Step up. They don't knock on doors at midnight anymore. They knock inside your habits, your notifications, reflexes, where choice feels voluntary but outcomes stay identical. And freedom survives only as a word you're allowed to repeat. Power stopped wearing flags and learned camouflage. Now it speaks in dashboards, compliance metrics, behavioral curves. Where suffering isn't evil, it's externalized cost. And morality is something that turns debate. While the machinery keeps moving, you think conspiracy means secrecy. Wrong. The real crime is visibility without comprehension. Everything is disclosed, footnoted, archived, buried under so much data that truth drowns, while lies float neatly formatted to the top. Attention is harvested before resources. Mind softened through repetition, fear diluted into entertainment until catastrophe feels familiar enough to scroll past without breathing. News doesn't inform, it conditions tempo. Fast outrage, slow reflection, zero memory retention. Each cycle shorter than the last. Each crisis designed to overwrite the previous one, but for questions solidifying the action. They don't erase history, they accelerate it so fast that context can't keep up, so fast that accountability expires on delivery. Identity comes a weapon when complexity is inconvenient. Reduce humans to labels, compress entire lives into slogans, then let them tear each other apart while infrastructure changes hands quiet. Division is scalable, unity is expensive. That's why every platform rewards conflict, why anger trends and nuance stars, why the loudest voices sound confident and the wisest ones sound tired. You think you chose your side was chosen for you, assigned by predicted models that already knew how you react before you read the headline. Control without change, surveillance doesn't need permission anymore. It wears convenience like a mask, crackers disguised as helpers, terms agreed to in moments of exhaustion. Privacy traded for speed, dignity exchanged for access. You told us for safety, safety from whom? The threats they advertise, the enemies they rotate seasonally. The chaos they manage just well enough to justify permanent oversight. Wars don't start with bombs, they start with narratives. Economic pressure here, proxy conflict there, plausible deniability stitched together with press releases and think tank reports. Blood flows downstream of policy, never upstream to its author's responsibility evaporates to committees. And by the time consequences arrive, everyone involved has already been promoted. Collapse doesn't feel like fire, it feels like admin work. Forms, updates, guidelines, restrictions, exceptions. 1,000 small adjustments until the world you remember exists only as a reference point you told was naive. You don't notice the cage being built because each bar arrives labeled as progress. And by the time you feel confined, you're already arguing about whose fault it is instead of why it exists. There is no single mastermind, that fantasy comforts you. The truth is colder, systems evolve toward domination, when incentives reward control and punish restraint. No villain speeches, no dramatic reveals, just optimization without conscience, momentum without reflection, and people mistaking inevitability for fate. If this sounds insane, good. Sanity inside a broken system looks like madness to those adapted to it. And the most dangerous moment isn't rebellion, it's when you finally realize how much of this was designed to feel unavoidable.